Hi everyone, my name is Molina and this is my demonstration. I would like to demonstrate how to use a candy thermometer. First of all, you need to calibrate your thermometer. What does that mean? It means you need to check to see if your thermometer is working properly and accurately. If it does not read accurately, you would need to adjust it so that it reads the right temperature that you want. There are a variety of candy thermometers, but be sure to calibrate it before you start. You first place the thermometer in a pot to measure. Adjust your clip to the size of your pot. Be sure not to have the bulb of the thermometer touch the bottom of your pot. So how do you calibrate a thermometer? Depending on your stove top, the heat varies. Mine is a gas stove, so it can get really hot. The red liquid or blue liquid in the thermometer shows your reading of your temperature. With mine, I have to move the thermometer up and down so that it does not touch the closest to the pot, like above the liquid line or just right above it, so that it could read the temperature properly. Once you've got your thermometer in place, add water and bring it to a boil. Once it starts to bubble, let it sit for about 30 seconds before reading the thermometer. That way you would get the accurate reading. So I'm going to start with gelatin. I've used a sheet gelatin. So I'm using 3 sheets with half a cup of water in a small bowl. This softens the gelatin so that it's ready to be used when I start melting my sugar. Gelatin acts as a binding agent for binding liquids together. Some cultures do not use gelatin because they're made of animal products and other ingredients that may not be suitable for the needs of the people. Other options could be used as agar-agar or xanthium gum. These are other ingredients that can be used just like gelatin. In a stand mixer, beat in 3 large egg whites until soft peaks form. You would like to butter your cake pan so that your marshmallow does not fully stick to your pan. Sift together half a cup of cornstarch with half a cup of confectioner's sugar. You will use half of this to coat the pan and leave the remainder half for after when the marshmallow has set. While the egg whites are whipping, in a medium pot, you combine 1/3 cup of water, 1 cup of white sugar, a pinch of salt, and a 1/3 cup of corn syrup. You bring this to a boil using your candy thermometer and read it so that it reads 245 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you've done that, you remove it from the heat and then you add the gelatin until it dissolves. So if you cannot have eggs, you can use a mix of pea protein, baking powder, and xanthium gum as a vegan option. So what is soft peaks? Soft peak is when an egg has been beaten to form that when you turn your whisk upside down, it holds its form. I learned that there are 3 types of peaks. The soft peak is when the peak holds its shape and the peak would flop over. A medium peak is when the peak holds its shape and its own will with a little curl over. A firm peak is when the peak stands up straight, firmly without any curl. I, unfortunately, have over-whisked my egg whites and I have a firm peak. Once you have your egg whites whipped, add in the infused lavender and then pour in your hot sugar liquid. Now that you've combined all the ingredients together, Put the speed on high and whip it until the egg whites cool down. This will be about 10 minutes or so. Spread the mixture into your prepared pan and let it sit for 3 hours. Add the remaining cornstarch and confection sugar on top, as well as on your cutting board. Thank you for watching and learning all about the candy thermometer.